everyone, welcome to week 8 of Fat Lad Ad, trying to become Fit Lad Ad. I'm out for run 1 of week 6 of my non-to-run programme. It's the same as last week, so I'm not going to film a lot of it. Also the battery on my camera is low, so I probably won't be able to. So yeah, I'll just probably speak to the end, but it's the same as it was before. 90 seconds running, 1 minute rest, repeated 10 times. I can't keep holding my phone. Hey everyone. My camera battery died as suspected it would. My fault. My excuse is that I have like a little dock charger for the batteries, which I've lost. I think I might have left it in the Lake District because I was using it to charge my batteries in the car. And maybe, I don't know, when I got out of the car, maybe it was attached to me or something and fell out. But yeah, anyway, that's the run done. Found it quite tough actually. Feels I should probably listen to my body, that I needed a rest here, rather than listening to people on YouTube telling me, well, not that they were telling me particularly, but telling me to get out and do it. But I'm glad I did it. So yeah. So yes, you've seen this run so many times, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much. What I might try and do in the week is trying to go running somewhere different, maybe another route. Maybe like just drive 5 minutes in the car to a park and run there. Maybe whether do the park run to get used to that route a little bit, because once I've got to 5k I want to start doing the Saturday morning park runs. But that's a way off yet. Anyway, that's it for me today. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hey everyone, and welcome to another week of Fat Lad Ad, becoming Fit Lad Ad. I'm not saying what week it is because, to be honest, I've forgotten. This week's been a bit of a mess, really. Yeah, I haven't really done a right lot. So yeah, this vlog's going to be probably a bit shorter. It's going to have mostly running because I'm not going to have time for a lot of other stuff. Also, the weather's crap, as you can probably tell from this morning. So yeah, sorry about that. It's just going to be one of those weeks where it's just going to get me head down and get the running done. I'm quite enjoying it at the moment though. Yeah, it's just going to be a week of me getting my head down, trying to get my runs done. I've got a busy week work-wise, probably going to go in the office, may even be working this weekend, which I really don't want to do, especially with stuff that's potentially coming up work-related. But you know, needs must. I'm not feeling the right lot of motivation this week, if I'm honest. Potentially partly because of last week's disappointment in terms of not losing any weight. Yeah, also just the fact that I've got so much on my plate this week that I don't have a lot of time to focus on exercise. And autumn is well and truly here, and it's a bit depressing that excuse me, you know, they're going to get this done all the way through the winter. You know, the reality of what's ahead of me, excuse me, the reality of what I'm facing over this winter is starting to hit home. But you know, weeks like this and weeks like last week were inevitable at some point. And it's how my head handles them, anything. Anyway, so this is run 2 of week 6 of non-to-run. I'm out of breath already. What's this about? And it's the same as last week. 90 seconds running, 1 minute rest, repeated 10 times. And then on the way back I'm going to pop in and get some milk, because we've run out of milk and I haven't had a coffee this morning and it's not great. Anyway, I'll speak to you on the cool down.
Hey everyone, it's post-run ad here. I completely forgot to record a piece to camera after while I was on my cool down after that run. Basically, I had to go in the shop to get some milk, and then I kind of had my hands full really, so even if I'd remembered I probably couldn't have done something particularly well. So yeah, so I just got back, made myself a cup of coffee with the milk that I bought, which is nice. Probably not the best post-run hydration, but you know, I haven't had any coffee yet today, so yeah. So how was that then? Yeah, it was pretty good actually. my warm-up walk was a little bit slower than normal, I think. I haven't had a look on Strava or anything like that yet, but my general feeling was that my warm-up walk was a little slower because I feel like I started running maybe 50 metres back from where I normally start running, which then I got in my head I had to catch up, so I sort of set out quite hard, and ended up, I think, like my last run interval ended up probably 50 metres, maybe more, beyond where I'd stopped last time. I think, as I say, I haven't looked at Strava, I'm just going purely from the old Moodle, which is not always reliable. So yeah, so I feel like it's pretty good, but then obviously I went into Sainsbury's and got some milk and paused my watch. Whilst I did pause my watch doing that, I then walked home slower probably than I would have done normally. And what I have been doing is I've been including my warm-up and my cool-down walks in the timings, just because that's how I started. In hindsight, maybe I should have had them separately, but and perhaps once I start doing continuous runs, I maybe will start doing that just to get a better idea of my pace for my runs. Anyway, I felt it was quite good. Struggled first. First run was okay, second run was okay, then I started struggling a little bit, I think. But mainly partly because it was uphill. Also, it was on a busy road as well, which is not the best place to run. There was quite a lot of. I actually went a little bit earlier than I normally have done, and there was quite a few kids walking to college and stuff like that. So I ended up having to dodge in and out of the road and stuff, and people cycling on the pavement as well, which, being a cyclist myself, really does annoy me quite a lot. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so all in all, I think it was pretty successful. I'll have a look on Strava in a minute. I'll post the reel of video after I finished talking, so you can see for yourself. But yeah, so I'm a bit out of kilter with my runs this week. So normally I've been trying to stick to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but because I went out for a run on Sunday this week, because I just felt like I'd been watching running vlogs all day, well not all day, but for a couple of hours on YouTube, and I found them pretty inspiring, and I just thought I want to get myself out running. I did, which meant that, like, you know, you're supposed to leave a day of rest in between, but I thought, I'm finding these, because it's like week 5 and week 6, so I've just gone into week 6. I just finished run 2 of week 6, I should clarify. Because week 5 and week 6 were the same run, I thought, I'm finding these quite easy, so if I don't leave a day's rest, maybe it won't be so bad, and I can just get back on track by doing Sunday and Monday. But what I should tell you is that I actually tried to go out and do that run last night, about sort of 9 PM, and I did the warm-up walk, and then as soon as I started running, my hamstring just sort of really tightened up. I don't know if I hadn't stretched it out properly. I mean, that's probable. But yeah, I just thought this is not a good idea. So I basically just aborted and just ended up doing a little bit of a walk, and decided to go again this morning. So definitely going to make sure I leave a day's rest in between. It's not sensible to do 2 days in a row, even though these are quite light and relatively easy at the moment. Relatively. So yeah, so that means my next run will be on Thursday, and that'll be the end of week 6. And then I'm not sure what I'll do then, whether I'll just like have a bit of a break before getting back onto Monday, Wednesday and Friday, or whether I'll do... Actually, what I probably will do is do one on Saturday morning, and then I'll be back on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I'll be out of step with the weeks. But that's okay. I would quite like to do this do this in less than the sort of 12-week period, even though I started in week 5. But that's by the by. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I've got my screen's on and I've got stuff, work emails coming in. So yeah, so the what was that? My mind's gone. Where's it gone? Can you remember what I was talking about? You remember? Remember? No, she doesn't remember either. So yeah, so I'd quite like to do this in less than the 12 weeks. Obviously doing the whole program, but with maybe like doing 3 weeks in 2 kind of thing, or maybe 4 weeks in 3 kind of thing. That would be nice, and that would hopefully get me to 5k pretty well before Christmas, which would be great, really. And then I can start the new year with a new challenge, or a new running challenge at least. That would be great. Anyway, that's probably enough waffle for me. What's on the cards later? I may do a Zwift session later, mainly because I'm probably going to have to go into the office tomorrow, which means I'm probably not going to have time for a Zwift session on Wednesday. It also means I can't go to my usual men's walking and talking group because I won't be back from my office in Oxford, I think I mentioned, and then in Shrewsbury. So yeah, I probably won't be back unless I leave the office super early, which is unlikely if I'm only going for the day. Sometimes if I go for a couple of days, I can get away with leaving the second day, like at 4 or something like that. But if I'm only there for the day, it's not really the dull thing to leave at 4. I'm probably not going to get in till 9 because of the traffic. So yeah, so I probably won't be able to do anything tomorrow, other than maybe a walk while I'm at work. Sorry, sipping my coffee. So the point is, I might go do a Zwift session tonight, but it probably won't be. I mean, I've still got that like marathon tempo session to do, but I don't think it will be that, because that's just, to be honest, that kind of demoralised me from Zwift a bit, and I need to get my mojo back just by probably doing a spin, like an hour spin around Tokyo, or at least doing as much as I can stand. But if I do like a route without any sort of richness to training, then it might give me a bit more. It might be a bit more fun, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say, and get me back into the Zwifting, because at the moment I've kind of lost a little bit of my way with it.
Hey all, just a very quick introduction. I'm on my way back from the office. I need to just stop and charge my car, so I decided to put my running stuff on and basically have a run around this car park, because I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do my last excuse me, I don't know when it was even my last of run 3 of None to Run week 6. It's a nice evening here in Evesham, I believe. It's like a half service station, half country park, but I'm just going to run around the car park. I think it should be reasonable size, enough to get me, not to get me too bored. The only problem is my watch has not got a huge amount of battery left, so I might not be able to record this run. I just do what I can. If it doesn't work, I mean, I only need like 15 minutes of charge on the car, so if it doesn't work, I'll just come back, try and get out tomorrow. Anyway, if it does work, I'll speak to you at the warm up, the cool down rather. Cool down. My brain is mush. Nice pretty sky in this pretty ugly retail park. Apologies. Anyway, I'm done. It was a pretty hard run. Not because I think, I'm a bit out of breath, as you can probably tell. Not because I think it was particularly tough cardiovascularly, but running around this car park was dull as dishwater. It was less interesting than Steve Davis's snooker cues, tales of Steve Davis's exploits. I don't even know what that means. I like Steve Davis. He's funny. Yeah, so I did it anyway, so that's the last of week 6. So that's 6 runs in a row the same, so I'm actually quite looking forward to a different run, even though it might be harder. But you know, at least it'll be something else. So I'll do that on Saturday, I think. Start that on Saturday. For now, I'm going to go and take my car off the charger, which it's over here, around the corner, you'll see it. I'm going to have to blow out the number plate, aren't I? Forgot about that. Take my car off the electric charger. I think I had enough electric to get home, but it would have been tight. And so yeah, I'm glad I stopped. Did this sort of half an hour run, get back home, because I was thinking on the way up, I was looking at my range and how much distance I had yet to go, and thought, well, I've got like 20 miles to spare, but so I would make it, but if I got stuck in traffic or something like that, or had to do a diversion, then I'd be screwed. So and I thought, well, probably won't, but and then as soon as I get in the house I can just go out for a run. Excuse me. But let's face it, that's not going to happen. I'm going to get in the house and I'm going to sit on the sofa and do bugger all. Well, I'll probably have some food, I guess, because I'm starving. But yeah, I was never going to go for a run when I get back, because it was going to be like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's now about 6 o'clock. Maybe a bit later, actually. I need to stop my watch, actually. Well, that's probably going to screw up my timings and stuff, but who cares? At this point, I'm not really out for timings, because it doesn't mean anything. The important thing is running when I should be running, for as long as I should be running. Anyway, I'm going to hit the road and get back and see my wife and have some food, and I'll speak to you in the weigh-in tomorrow. Please stick around for that.
Hey all, and welcome to another Fat Lad Ad weigh-in. This time I think week 8. I've kind of lost count at this point, but not even on double figures yet, so that's a bit worrying. Firstly, yeah, sorry about this week's vlog. It's been a bit weak, if I'm honest. I mean, I haven't edited it yet, but just from my memory of the footage of stuff and the stuff I've done, I can't imagine there's been a lot of content, so apologise for that. It's just been one of those weeks where I couldn't really get much done other than the sort of couch to 5k stroke none to run runs I've been doing, so yeah, so it's a bit crap. Next week I hope to do better, but yeah, I'm not sure what exactly is going to go on next week in terms of anything spectacularly interesting, so we'll see. Yeah, this week's weigh-in, I'm not sure. As I say, I've done my runs, which has been good. I've been successful in all my runs, but they also haven't been particularly difficult, I don't think, in terms of my sort of fitness. So I am looking forward to moving on to next week on week 7 of None to Run, which it gets a bit harder. So we'll talk about that probably tomorrow when I actually do in next week's vlog for you, but for me it'll be tomorrow morning. So yeah, this week's weigh-in I think it's probably going to be not great. I mean, I think I've eaten okay. Like, been using this new calorie tracking app, which was a little bit more generous in the amount of calories it claimed I was allowed in terms to maintain the same sort of weight loss as the other app I was using. So, but actually I've been under quite a lot in terms of the calories. So, with maybe the exception of 2 days, I think I've been, and even then I wasn't massively over. I was certainly under the maintained amount of calories. So hopefully things are okay. It's just this morning I sort of woke up feeling a little bloated. Had like a really late tea last night because I didn't get back from Oxford till quite late. So, well, late-ish. So yeah, didn't have tea till quite late, and wasn't that long before I went to bed. So yeah, this morning I just kind of woke up, felt a little bit bloated, and you know how you have those days when you just feel fat, basically, and today is one of those days for me, so I'm really not confident, but I've been wrong before, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I'm going to put this phone down and get on with it, and then I'll talk to you afterwards for a little bit before I have to go off and do some work. I mean, wow! It just goes to show what I know, which is very little about weight loss and how my body feels and stuff like that. So I'm well happy with that. under the 18 stone barrier, which is what I wanted. So my numbers now start with 17 in terms of stone, and I think that's quite a significant loss, if I'm not mistaken. It makes me think that maybe last week's weight wasn't quite so accurate. I don't know if I maybe didn't weigh myself when I was ready, if you know what I mean. And maybe I should have been a pound or two lighter last week, but yeah, I can't argue with that really. I mean, I'm hungry. I haven't had any breakfast yet. I've only had a cup of coffee. So yeah, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's well on my way to a stone and a half. Hopefully, if I push on next week, maybe I can get to a stone and a half lost. That would be nice, but I think it's probably pushing it. But we'll see. Anyway, I think that's probably going to do it for this week. As again, sorry, it's been a little bit light on content, but it's just one of those weeks. I have a busy life that I do this vlog completely in my spare time. And not just to give you an idea of how busy I am. Normally, sort of like I edit the days as I go along. So like on the Friday when I want to get it finished, I've only got like essentially today's or maybe yesterday's as well to edit. But I literally have not edited any of it this week because I've just been so busy. So it's gonna. I don't know when this video is going to go up. Hopefully Saturday, but it might be Sunday by the time I get around to actually finishing the editing because we've got somebody coming to visit this weekend. So I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have to sit in front of my laptop. But we'll see. Anyway, I will, if you're watching this, soonish, if you're watching this soonish, I'll speak to you next week. And thanks for continuing watching. Please stick a subscribe down. Welcome to, I've got a couple of new subscribers today that aren't actually my friends and family, which for the first time, which is pretty exciting to me. So thank you to those people who know who you are. And yeah, hopefully you can get a few more subscribers. I've always said I'm not in this for a huge number of subscribers or anything like that. I'm usually, particularly at the moment, just in it for a diary for myself, just to sort of keep me motivated, so I can keep looking back and sort of seeing what progress I've made. But yeah, I would love to hear your journey, especially if you're trying the non-to-run, the alternative to the Couch to 5K, how you're finding it in terms, and especially if you switched from the Couch to 5K, or at least you considered the Couch. Anyway, I'd be interested to hear in the comments what's going on in your weight loss journey. For me, things seem to be going pretty well, so I can't argue with that. Anyway, I'll speak to you next week.